What's happening, man? It's been a minute, but Boss Golf is back on this Dragon Ball FighterZ. I guess there's a new scan that came out recently from the V-Jump magazine. Now, this information for this game has been coming out for a while. We've seen all the characters that are currently out. I know the beta, as I speak right now, the beta is out for this, and we'll be continuing at least for a couple of days from this date I'm recording on. But new information that's pretty interesting that gives us a little insight as to what the story is going to be about in this game. There's more characters that's been revealed on top of Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Tien Gohan, Cell, Frieza, Majin Buu, and then I believe there's Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta for either pre-order or a DLC. If there's like a special edition, or collector's edition, or anything like that. But on top of that, there is a new original character, Android 21, who has been confirmed and created by Akira Toriyama himself, which is pretty neat. I know in the past few games we've been getting from Dragon Ball Z, Akira Toriyama has gone out and created original new characters for certain games, like the games that came out before the Xenoverse series. Rage and Blast, they had Hijack, and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Broly. And then in the Xenoverse series, we have Mira and Tawa. And then in Dragon Ball FighterZ, we now have Android 21, which gives a description of her here. Says she's to be a scientist with glasses and long bushy hair. A busty scientist was one of the descriptions they gave. And it says she'll be a key character in the game's original story mode, which is interesting because it was said when Android 16 was revealed as a character, and it said that Android 16 was one of the main characters in this story mode. So the reason I said this might give us some insight as to how the story will go is because if you follow the original Dragon Ball Z lore, you know that Android 16 was originally made to fight and kill Goku along with the other two androids, but it was until after he fought Cell and Bulma and her dad reprogrammed him and things like that. But the reason I say I find this interesting is because the things about the androids in this story is that they've always had this kind of fusion thing going on, especially with the movie non-canon characters, Android 13 through 15. They had their little fusion thing going on, and then Android 17 and 18 was needed to complete Cell. So I'm thinking that somehow this character that's in the story right now might have something to do with maybe fusing with Android 16 later on in the story. I don't know, maybe it says Android 16 is being resurrected, which is interesting because as far as we know, he was completely destroyed. He was one of the androids that was completely destroyed in the Cell Saga. So maybe he's being rebuilt. As far as resurrected, I don't know if they use the Dragon Balls to just go ahead and wish him back, but I think if he's being rebuilt, maybe he's going back to his original programming of wanting to fight Goku, or maybe not just Goku this time, it's all of the Z Fighters to continue on what Dr. Gero originally planned for the New Age Ribbon Army, which was to fight off Goku and anybody else that was involved with him because of his hatred there. But I think this is interesting. I think this might involve fusion. Definitely might involve fusion. That's kind of been like a thing, especially with the Xenoverse series and the Xenoverse lore, is characters fusing together to become like the ultimate big bag or something. I think that's going to be kind of the case here. If not, I don't know how this will go. As far as her overall design going on about the character, not too bad in terms of looks. I don't know if I really like the costume. Honestly, I think I'd like the costume if it were a different color choice. For some reason, it's just her costume colors are not popping out to me. But the costume's not that bad. Not too bad. Definitely a surprising look as far as the character go. Not too surprising. Y'all know Akira Toriyama. He roughly stays around the same ballpark when creating his characters, as does any anime or animation creator, anything like that. But let me know what y'all think about the storyline. If if y'all agree with me or if y'all think it'll take a different turn. I don't know where it's taken. One thing I will say, it did surprise me that they did decide to make Android 16 a main part of the story, which is weird because you know, like in different Dragon Ball Z games, there was they kind of did like the whole thing where you go back and you play the game, or you play the story in the game from start to finish, where the anime started, at least within Dragon Ball Z, and then where it finished, and maybe go into some movies and maybe go into Dragon Ball GT if you're lucky. But in the past 2 games we've been having, or past 3 I should say, you've been having this going back, altering the timelines, fixing timelines, different things like that. So kind of the same story, but giving it a little original twist. So I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know what kind of twist this is going to take. That's all for Android 21 that I have to say in my comments about that. Then there's also Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu has been announced. Chaozu is only a support-only character, which is kind of interesting, because there hasn't been announced any support-only characters yet. This game is a 3v3, which what we've seen in the past, and what we've seen with this beta, it allows for all of your characters to be used, tagged in and assisted simultaneously, kind of like how Marvel vs. Infinite is. But Chaozu is said to be the only support character, which is making me think there might be other support-only characters inside of the game. I know we have the whole thing with like Android 17 and 18 are kind of like a joint thing, but it's not technically a support character. He kind of counts as that character, kind of like how Groot and Rocket are in Marvel vs. Capcom. Like Groot and Rocket are the same character. They count as one character, but they're not a support. It's not separate for each other. So that's interesting in the scan from what I'm seeing. As far as character reveals, honestly, not too excited about Yamcha. I never really gave a shit about Yamcha. Tien, however, I like his costume. I always thought Tien was cool, and that's mainly because, especially if you follow the lore, how he fucking handled Cell's second form, kind of with ease, and that was just like one of his badass moments in the story. Other than that, that's all the news that I have for now. Like I said, I know the beta is going on. If you have a chance to get inside of that, let me know how that is. I didn't get a chance myself, but I've been watching gameplay of it, and I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing, given my reactions to the previous 3 games that we've gotten from developers who have made Dragon Ball Z games in the past. Only thing I wish for the future in this game, as far as it goes, as far as character reveals, I hope you get more exciting characters, and I hope there's at least one more character that allows for super transformations. And what I'm meaning, we're getting like, you know, we got of course the regulars, the 3 main bad guys of the series, Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu, and then you got pretty much the 3 or 4 main good guys. I know I've missed some. There's Krillin's been announced, and Piccolo and things like that. But I'm hoping we see, maybe we get to see somebody like Pycon, or hopefully we get to see fusions of Vegeta and Goku, whether it be Vegito or Gogeta. I honestly, I prefer to see Gogeta, but Vegito would be cool too. I know that's like a fan favorite. Hopefully we get like I said, hopefully we get transformations and things like that, or different types of form. I know we got Majin Buu, but hopefully we get to see Kid Buu. Bro, of course, I want to see Broly, and if we do see Broly, I'm hoping there's like a mechanic with him where as he powers up and goes into his different Super Saiyan forms, it makes him that much stronger. And maybe have something like with Bane and Injustice, when he's done powering, when he powers down, it gives him like a debuff or things like that, or like a cooldown, or maybe there's like an uncontrollable rage mode or some shit. Just something as far in terms of characters and things like that, a little bit more interesting. Other than that, I think it's cool. I think it's cool that they made another original character. I'm excited to see where they go with this storyline. It would be hella cool if we seen another fusions. One thing Akira Toriyama does a real good job on is when he like meshes characters together and gives them like different powers and shit like that. But let me know what you guys think in the comment box down below. If there's any other information that I find out about this game before it's released, I definitely will put that out there for you all and keep you on the up and up, especially concerning this Android 21 and if there are any other original characters for this game. Other than that, this has been Boskov with some Dragon Ball FighterZ information for you silly hoes out there. Hey man, I'm out of this thing. Y'all already know what to do. Enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I will see you silly hoes on the flip one. Peace.